Okay, I'm about to board the Adventure of the Seas. This is the cruise that was delayed by 2 days because of dry dock issues, but I think it was actually had, well, it was dry dock issues, but it also had to do with the flooding in southeastern Spain. Welcome aboard the Royal Caribbean's Adventure of the Seas. Sure looks like the Voyager of the Seas. It is the same class and just as beautiful. Job Squirrel Schooner Bar. This looks familiar. Of course, this is my first time on Adventure of the Seas. And I'll be on this ship for 11 nights. It was supposed to be 13. Now it's 11. Let's have a look around the ship, shall we? The only time I could take video in the casino is when it's not open. So, here we go. Casino bar. Let's check that out. Oh, this is nice. I think it was Freedom of the Seas. It had peacocks. This one has Spanish dancers. Baila. Oh, they got the quick hits. Very nice. I hope that hand on that screen meant hand pay coming to me. That'd be awesome. I got one on the last cruise. Oh, I like this. Beautiful. Usherette. Very cool. I think this is Boleros. I hear Latin music, so it must be Boleros. I like the Boleros on the other ships that have more room. It's more enclosed, actually. Like on Quantum class ships. Not spread out, but you feel like you're in a club. I'm looking for D20. It's supposed to be somewhere near Sapphire Dining Room. Main dining room on deck 4. The dining room. Very much like the Voyager of the Seas. Same class. I love how all the ships have different decorations. It's great. I gotta take a picture of that. It says Wednesday and it's Tuesday. Not only was the cruise delayed by 2 days because of the dry dock, there were a lot of issues that I'll point out along the cruise because of the dry dock. They didn't get the work done. I guess it's understandable because due to the flooding, there weren't a lot of workers available, and I'm sure all the supplies got delayed. Let's go check out the cabin. Port side aft. Check out the pink doors. Here I am. Let's check out balcony cabin 9648. I have a porthole here. Different. I thought it seemed more private. I liked it. No obstructions. Barcelona, España. Oh my God, look at this yacht. Gorgeous. I've already posted a video on the cabin review, 9648. Be sure to check it out. And if so, I hope you like and subscribe. Embarkation in Barcelona on Adventure of the Seas. Let's check out the hillsides. I better get on the walking side. You can rent these casitas. If they're like normal Royal Caribbean casitas, very expensive. But if you're traveling with a family, it might be worth it. Adios, Barcelona. The cable car way out there. There it is. Sagrada Familia. I hope you'll check out my Barcelona video. It's already posted. I'll put a link in the description below. The silver lining to being delayed 2 days was I had 2 extra days in Barcelona and I loved it. The downside was these hot tubs in the adult section solarium were never opened. And if you asked 3 members of the staff when it was going to open, you got 3 different answers. Adults were also restricted to the family pool. That wasn't a fun part of the cruise. Now don't get me wrong, I may sound a little bit negative when I'm talking about this because some of it was disappointing, but I had a great time on this cruise and you can't really fault the crew members or anything, but it would have been cool if they got their communication straight. There sure was a lot of cool architecture aboard this ship, like all Royal Caribbean ships. There she is, hey! It was awesome seeing piano woman Catherine again. I saw her on the Voyager. She's awesome. So many people get in line on the first day. Must be something wrong with their keys. I don't see another reason to get in line on the first day. But who knows? Especially with all the things that were happening aboard this delayed cruise. Now, if you don't know, Facebook is a great place to get some information on a particular cruise you're going to. Just type in the cruise and the date, and there'll be a group that's going on that cruise. And on this cruise, it was full of complainers. I got tired of looking at it, honestly. They have a Izumi down here. I actually checked out Izumi, and I also went to Chop's Grill. It's the first time I've ever checked out those restaurants on any of my cruises. Something about traveling solo, I don't usually need it, but I loved it. There's the Adventure of the Seas version of the British or Irish pub. It's awesome. Just like Voyager of the Seas and even Freedom of the Seas, the Adventure of the Seas had these promenade cabins you can see up here above the promenade. If you want to see what those cabins look like, take a look at my videos. Also, like the Voyager of the Seas, they didn't have a Sorrentos, although Freedom of the Seas did. Now, they're two different class ships, but they're pretty similar. But I don't recommend a promenade cabin. There was a lot of noise a lot of the time. Now, the one I had was on the Freedom of the Seas, and they happened to have like a big parade going on, so it was a great vantage point to watch the parades. I didn't have to be dealing with all the crowds, so that was kind of nice, but the noise was just too much. Every time they did something, even when they did their discos in the evening. And if you do get one, though, keep your curtains closed. Not a lot of privacy in those windows. Okay, karaoke at 10. Imperial Lounge, they call it here. And if you watch the end of this video, you can even skip to it. You can watch me sing karaoke. I got invited to the grand finale competition. I didn't even know there was a competition. Looks like Kyoto. I wonder if this ship has done a lot of time in Asia. It sure has an Asian influence. That's one place I would love to take a cruise to. I did fly to Japan once. I have a video on that too. If you've taken a cruise to Asia, let me know. Send me a comment. I'd love to check it out and hear from your experiences. That's on my bucket list. Well, here in the Solarium Lounge, they do have the bar open. Hot tubs are still closed. Pool's still closed. At least the pool opened up halfway through the cruise. And still no one was communicating with us about what was happening. But hey, the ship was still beautiful. I still had a great time. And that's what counts. Besides, when Adventure of the Seas planned their dry dock, they had no idea that Mother Nature was going to provide some of the biggest flooding and devastation the world has known. I mean, it was horrible, so it sure makes the disappointments sound trivial. But it would have been nice if they communicated things better. I mean, they didn't even tell us these things were going to be closed. Whoever didn't have fun on this ship, they just didn't try. It was awesome. And the sports pavilion is cool. I didn't do it on this cruise, but on Freedom of the Seas, I took a pickleball class. First time I ever played pickleball. And I had a great time. And right on the back of the ship, you can go surfing on the Flowrider. I might try that someday if I have a private lesson and nobody's watching. Have you ever done the Flowrider? Would you do the Flowrider? Let me know in the comments below. And this Norwegian ship was taking off just behind us, and it had several of the solo cruisers that I met on the Norwegian Encore on my transatlantic crossing to Southampton, England just the week before. And I was texting with some of them and trying to wave while shouting out, "Bon voyage!" And here's Adventure Dunes Golf Club. My grandson and I had a great time on the Voyager of the Seas. It's a lot of fun. Great for kids, great for all. Something else great for all, Johnny Rockets. Although that's not included in the food. You have to pay extra for that. And also the arcade, you got to pay extra for that. But it's not that expensive. But honestly, I didn't see anybody in there, but maybe that's just because it was a transatlantic. And although there were more kids on this transatlantic than any other transatlantic I've ever been on, there still wasn't a lot. It's 2 weeks. How many kids want to do that? Well, maybe a lot of kids want to do that, but how many can? There's this thing called school. I can never seem to get the video when the foghorn is blowing. Adios, Barcelona. Hasta la vista. I always try to get a picture of some of the art on board the ships that I go on. Every ship, every brand of ship. It's just unique. Every stairwell seems to have a different display. I like it. Not just every stairwell, but every casino. They all seem to have some cool decorations. I love this movie theater setup. I kept wishing that was real popcorn there. That would have been nice. Look at the lines for guest services. We just sailed away. Uh-oh, are they cracking down on people holding chairs? Probably not, but I hope it helps. There's a lot of karaoke on every cruise ship. It's very popular. A lot of it is very good too. Let's check out the 14th deck and the Blue Moon Lounge up in the Crowne observation area. They do a lot of events up here. It's a huge bar with some great views. You can especially look down at the all the dancing going on at the pool area. Also on deck 14 is the Suite Lounge and the Crowne Lounge that used to be called the Diamond Lounge, and it's for Diamond members and above. However, lately, because of the number of Diamond members increasing, many of the sailings limit their normal happy hour to Diamond Plus members and above. However, Diamond members can still go at other times of the day, and that's where I go to get my coffee every morning. They have excellent espresso there, especially when the machine's working correctly and there's not a big line. This guy seems to be enjoying the cruise. I always love checking out where we are on the TVs around the ship and in the room. Looks like we're about to pass through the Strait of Gibraltar. Take a look at the Peekaboo Bridge. I saw it when I was in the gym. I saw people coming out here and I'm going, what is that? And I remember seeing something about it on the TV in the room, in the cabin. Apparently you can look down into the bridge. Very cool. It's got a little display where you can see all the positions of the people that work on the bridge and drive the boat. Navigation display. Sweet. There you go. There's a peek inside the bridge. I give them credit. They still had a lot of people working on the spas on the Solarium. I'm sure they'll be ready for your cruise if you go on the adventure. There it is, my first sighting of the Rock of Gibraltar. Passing through westbound from Barcelona back to Florida. This is the best shot I could get with the iPhone 15 Pro. There's a rare shot of a empty theater. It was busy a lot of great shows. Of course, my favorite was Catherine the piano player at the Schooner Bar. They also had some great performers at the Duck and Dog. Sailing between two continents, that's Africa. And behind me is Europe. Out into the Atlantic from the Mediterranean. I'd like to do this crossing in the daylight one time. Be awesome. Boleros is always fun. And so is all the activity on the deck, where you can get a lot of exercise in. Get them stuffs going. Here's a cool model of the Vision of the Seas. The first of the Vision class. Similar to the Enchantment, the Grandeur, and the Rhapsody. They even had more displays in the hallways as you're walking towards your cabin. They had many of these on each deck and it was pretty cool. I enjoyed it. Another thing I enjoyed was all these wonderful solo people I met. We met a lot for dinner and they even supported me when I sang karaoke and pretended that I was good. They're so nice. I thought the Beatles cover band was fantastic, and also I enjoyed watching the football game on the big screen at the pool deck. Saw a lot of sinks and other plumbing issues on board. Now this bathroom was interesting. There's actually windows to the outside. I noticed that one time when I was on another ship, and I thought it was kind of strange, but don't worry. You get privacy where you need it. There was one morning I got up so early, I think I was one of maybe 3 people I saw up and walking about at this time of day. Good time to take some video of the interior of the ship without bothering other people. Let's walk around a bit. Hope you enjoyed that walk around the ship. And if you have kids, you'll probably be interested in the Adventure Ocean area where the kids go. My grandson loves it. Looks like a nice day, beautiful sunrise, maybe a couple occasional showers. A nice shot of the moon up there. Well, the ship has arrived at the one and only port of call on this cruise. Since Malaga and Cadiz were scrapped due to the delay in dry dock, the only port of call we visited was a very surprising one because I'd never been there before and I really loved it, is the archipelago of Madeira and its port city of Funchal. Check out my video on that one. I think you'll love it. I'll be back there again, that's for sure. Whether it's the Azores, Madeira, or Lisbon, I love Portugal. Let's continue on with the cruise. Hey, the Christmas tree's up. It's beautiful. But the weather wasn't so great. Well, it was a pretty rough night, but woke up to calm seas and beautiful skies. That's how I love it. One thing I do love about transatlantic cruises is there's a lot of lectures and a lot of educational opportunities on board. Check it out. And I'm going to check out Izumi. Like I mentioned earlier, I don't normally go to the specialty dining restaurant since I'm traveling solo, but this time I decided to splurge. And I'm glad I did. This food was fantastic. And like a lot of restaurants you go to, you can tell it's really good if the locals are there. Well, here there was a lot of crew members here. And I know why. Yummy. Time to go check out the entertainment. Like I mentioned before, if you're not having fun on this cruise, you're not trying.
Master of the vessel, Captain Janet, everybody!
Well, a very good morning, beautiful and wonderful people. Welcome to Captain's Corner. So glad so many of you came out.
It was good to see the captain come out, and he took a lot of questions, and a lot of people had some concerns about the shortened trip and all the maintenance things going on, but he took it well. What a beautiful sunset. If you're on a cruise, see the sunsets and the sunrises. And don't let the little maintenance issues bother you. And the Beatlemaniacs were amazing. I always love any Beatles cover band.
This is a rock and roll show. We want you to scream and shout loudly. Let's hear make some noise.
Something flew in from the balcony. Uh-oh. I love Royal Caribbean's dedication to the military, and I got my Chrystal for reaching 130 points. With all the cruises I've been on, I'd never seen the horse racing show. Well, here it is. You can actually place bets. But get there early. It gets crowded quickly. You know, you get into the end of the cruise when the crew starts doing their dancing and get the conga line going. It was awesome. Even better with the great group of solos I met. Despite all the issues and the delays, it was a great cruise with great entertainment. And funny comedian.
Do they have Denny's in Germany? I don't know, because I got a Denny's joke.
One of my favorite spots on the ship is the bow. I love the ship so I can get on the bow. Especially when it's beautiful sky. Another beautiful sunset. Hey, I think it's time for the silent disco. That's always a blast.
Million people live there. There's only 8 professional ventriloquists left.
We're on vacation.
Yeah.
My wife and I have been on the internet looking at holidays next year.
We're going next year.
Majorca.
Majorca. It's a Spanish island called Mallorca.
Huh?
It's in Spain, the J's like a H. You don't say Majorca, you say Mallorca.
Mallorca. The last week of whom, the first week of July. Hello. Lightning's the name, boxing's the game. Woo!
A lot of great shows. The best event I like to go to? Crazy Quest. Don't miss it on any cruise you're on. It's hilarious. And we won this time.
And a man and a lady on all fours, barking like a dog. Go! Stand and show me a method of contraception. Go! And the gold medals and that honor is going to team number.
Well, that was a blast. And check out this beautiful sunrise as we approach Port Canaveral. Beautiful. This guy has a lot of fun just hanging around. One thing I'd like to check out is Cruise Mapper. I'd like to know where I'm at on the cruise ship. These guys are great. Thanks, guys. If you're watching this video, I had a great time. And thanks for sharing your lobster. Now let's go check out the ice skating show. Be sure to turn your towels in at the towel station before the last day of the cruise, because they'll shut it down and then you have to bring the towels to guest services. There's the Solarium. Jacuzzi's been closed the whole cruise. Apparently they had them running last night to clean them, but not running now. Pool finally opened about halfway through the cruise. Place where you can take a shower before you get in the hot tubs or the pool. It's too bad because on this cruise, for most of it anyway, if you wanted to use the pool, you had to use the one with all the kids. And for the entire cruise, if you wanted to use the hot tub, you had to use the ones with all the kids. Disappointing. There's the access to the Peekaboo Bridge. Let's go check it out at night. Well, actually in the wee hours of the morning. Welcome to the lovely port of Port Canaveral, Florida. Get a good look at the barge that is used to recover the booster rockets right there. The dock that this ship is at right now, you get a perfect view of the rocket launch facility. No rocket launches this morning. Oh, looks like they got the Peekaboo Bridge curtains closed. Don't want you to see what's going on when they're parked at port, I guess. There's a gym. Although I went to the gym, I didn't take any video because it was crowded all the time. There's a better view of the barge that they catch the rocket boosters on. It's amazing technology. Well, this is a great cruise, and I hope you enjoyed the video. If so, please smash that like button and subscribe. And despite all the maintenance issues and the delays, the Adventure of the Seas is a great ship, and I'm sure it'll be ready for your next voyage. And as promised, I'll end this video with a little clip of my karaoke time. I hope you like it. We'll see you next time.
Oh, the shark, babe, has such teeth, dear, and he shows them pearly white. Just a jackknife has old naive, babe, and he keeps it out of sight.